Hi, my name is Moses Torres. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to unbox and assemble the Access M200 mini bike. We'll start by removing the straps that are securing the box together. If you're under the age of 18, please ensure you have an adult to assist you with unboxing the package. Once you have the straps removed, go ahead and grab the box. Just go ahead and just lift it up. Once you remove the box, please ensure you remove the rest of the packages inside the box. So once you've done that, you'll see there's a small box that we'll go ahead and open. Go ahead and remove what's inside. You'll find there's a fender, another fender, a cone, the oil, tools, manual and assembly instructions, and the light. We'll then go ahead and remove the fork from the front. Place it on the side. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and remove the plastic. Front tire. You have a zip tie right here. You can go ahead and cut that off. So once you've laid everything out, you should have a front tire, front fender, a rear fender, fork, headlight, assembly instructions, and a manual. Bolts and nuts that go with the assembly, oil, cone, 3 zip ties, and tools. All right, so now we'll go ahead and grab your assembly instructions. We'll start with step 1, which is installing the fork. Now you'll see that there is a 10mm bolt on the top. We'll go ahead and remove this bolt. Move the nut, slide it out. All right, and we'll grab the fork, we'll go ahead and bring it over. So before you place your fork on here, go ahead and grab the small washer, place it on the top right here. Grab your fork, slide it in. Put it on top. Grab your bolt, grab the bigger washer, slide that into the bolt. Grab the small washer. So go ahead and place the washer right in here and then slide the bolt all the way. Once you've gone all the way, grab the bigger washer and your 10mm nut. Place the washer in first, then the nut. So once you place everything in and you hand tighten it, make sure you have a big washer on top, small washer between, and a small washer down here between, and then another big washer in the bottom for the nut. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and tighten it. Once you've hand tightened it, go ahead and grab a wrench, 16 wrench. You can place that one on top, and you'll grab 15mm socket for the bottom. Hold the top and you just tighten it all the way. Don't overly tighten it, just make sure it's tightened. Once this bolt has been tightened, so now moving on, we'll go ahead and install the front fender. Now we'll go ahead and remove the 2 pre-installed bolts on the fork. You can use a 10mm socket or ratchet. Now place it underneath. With one hand hold it, the other hand you grab your bolts. So once you've hand tightened the bolts, go ahead and grab a 10mm socket or ratchet and you'll tighten it the rest of the way. After that, we'll go ahead and install the rear fender. Please ensure that the warning sign is in the rear. We'll go ahead and slide it in. We can let it sit there for now. We'll be using the 2 washers, 2 bolts that came in the packaging, and the 2 nuts. So first we'll grab 1 bolt, 1 washer, and 1 nut. You start by doing the rear one first. First you're going to place in your bolts. That washer goes underneath. Once you place the washer in, grab your nut. Go ahead and hand tighten it all the way. Then grab your next bolt and the washer and nut. Go on the front side of it. Once you got it in, go ahead and tighten it all the way. So we'll go ahead and grab the 10mm wrench and a 14mm wrench. Place the 14 underneath, and the 10 will go on top. Go ahead and hand tighten it all the way. Once you've installed the rear fender, move on along to the front again. We'll go ahead and install the handlebars in the front. First, we'll go ahead and remove the bolts from the top. Remove the bolts. Go ahead and grab your handlebars. You will go through the fork. And place it on top. If you're sitting on the mini bike, the right side will be your throttle and your left side will be your brakes. We'll go ahead and install the bolts back on. Once you've hand tightened all the bolts, go ahead and step to the side and make sure that your handlebar is parallel to your fork for universal comfort. And we'll grab your 10mm socket or ratchet and tighten it the rest of the way. Once that's been tightened, we'll go ahead and move forward. Okay, we'll go ahead and remove this bolt down here, the fork. This to the side. We're going to install the front tire. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, once you have the tire, go ahead and put it between the fork, and you'll have the bolts will go through, and let it sit, and then you'll grab the washer, place it between the fork and do the same step on the other side. The washer will go between. So once you place the bolt all the way in, go ahead and grab your nut. Go ahead and hand tighten it all the way. Once it's hand tightened, you'll grab a 17mm wrench. You'll grab a 19mm socket and ratchet and tighten it the rest of the way. All right, so once you've assembled the tire, we'll go ahead and move on. And first, we're going to remove the bolts, the pre-installed bolts. We're going to place the rubber grommets on all four sides. So once you have that installed, go ahead and slide the cable through the fork. And we'll slide the headlight into the bracket. Please ensure that the rubber grommets stay on. Once you have them in there, go ahead and place the bolt through. Once it's been hand tightened, we'll go ahead and grab an 8mm and a 10mm ratchet. We'll put the 8mm on this side and 10 on this side. Once the light's been installed, we'll go ahead and plug the light. Well, this plug will go into this one, green, and this one will go to the relay. There you go. If you aren't sure of the connections, note that the two that goes together are been marked green. All right, last but not least, we'll go ahead and attach the zip ties. Go ahead and place it around the frame to the cables. Tighten it as much as you can without piercing through the cables. Now that the mini bike's been assembled, we'll go ahead and pour in the oil. The box will come with a 16.9 bottle of oil. The mini bike does not have any oil inside the motor, but it will come in the package. All right, so we'll move around to the front side of the motor. On the front side, you will see the dipstick. You're gonna loosen that and pull it out. We'll go ahead and open the bottle of oil. We'll place in the funnel. And we'll carefully start pouring in the oil. Please ensure you're carefully and slowly pouring in the oil. So once you poured all the oil in, you go ahead and remove the funnel. So once you poured all the oil in, you're going to grab your dipstick, place it back in. So once you've assembled the mini bike and you've poured in the oil, pour in some gas, and you should be good to go. Please be sure to read the labels on the mini bike and all the warning signs to ensure your safety before operating the vehicle. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Peace.